Daddy. Daddy! Daddy, come on! Daddy!
Call 911. Where's the phone? It's right on the desk.
Daddy!
Maggie, let go. Let go.
Daddy.
Yes, I need an ambulance, please. A man's just had a heart attack. I should bloody well say it is an emergency.
What an interesting perspective. Who would have thought there were so many old wads of gum stuck underneath a chair in a Washington bar? You get down here often?
The bishop said to the actress, or vice versa.
If you expect me to react to your jokes, you're gonna have to give me more breathing room.
Did I break any ribs?
Speak for yourself. I'm stronger than I look.
Are you okay, Mrs. Lord?
No, she's stronger than she looks, and I need a drink.
You need some food. All right, bring him some scrambled eggs, plain toast, and some beef bouillon, if you can manage it.
I believe that Mr. Hayes was just leaving.
I believe that Mr. Hayes wouldn't dream of leaving until he was quite certain that I was all right.
Chivalry is not dead. Make that vodka martini a double.
And a pot of very black coffee, all right? Strong, now. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well, could use you on Capitol Hill.
Yes, they could. Unfortunately, I'm not available.
No, too busy sobering up drunks.
When they're not pinning me to barroom floors.
Oh, mea maxima culpa. My abject apologies. I'm mortified.
I doubt it. So, I suppose a roll on the floor constitutes a formal introduction in Washington?
Actually, apart from a brief encounter with your very fine body, I have no idea who the hell you are. Do I?
Going out?
Yeah. This is leftover from the fashion show. Kelly said I could have it.
Oh, that was nice of her.
Yeah, but I added the slip because it was kind of, you know, transparent.
I noticed.
All right. See ya.
What exactly are your plans for this evening?
I'm going to the movies.
Oh, yeah? With Chris?
Yeah, so don't wait up, okay?
Well, a movie shouldn't keep you out too late.
No, there's a dance at the school that we might stop by, and there's this new pizza place that Chris wants to check out in Center City.
Whoa, that's a ways to go for pizza.
So?
True. Just an excuse after all.
What?
Well, for you two to spend time together. You and Chris.
Right. You're not gonna look like this when Chris comes, are you?
Like what? Your conscience?
Come on, Mom.
Oh, honey. I raised you to listen to your own conscience, not mine, okay? And not Dorian's, certainly. Frankly, I could not imagine you following her very flip advice to treat something as wonderful and beautiful and important as the physical expression of love as just some sort of chore to be gotten over with.
Mom.
All right, okay, enough said. Enough said. You will listen to your heart. your own very sincere, loving, and responsible heart. And you will be right, no matter what. I'm sure.
No, you're not, or we wouldn't be having this conversation again. But it's okay. I'll be careful and I'll be fine.
Yes, you will. You are my very beautiful daughter.
Be your own conscience. I already have a mother. God knows I have a mother.
I don't want to be your mother. I just want to drink. I'm recovering from an assault by an award-winning journalist of all people.
That's my drink.
Drink your coffee in this hot broth. It's very reviving.
It says.
If you have some of that soup, I'll tell you how much I admire your work.
Oh, gee. Better be worth it.
Mel Hayes. He first came to my attention in a diner in Toledo.
Is this something I'm going to want to remember?
You weren't there in person. Just your words. In a 2-day-old post, you wrote a scathing indictment of the CIA's callous abandonment of its own recruited operatives when we pulled out of Vietnam. You were so passionate and yet brutally factual. It made me want to give up medicine and go into journalism. Just think, what if I'd done that? Well, I wouldn't have met Victor the way I did. Ah, turning points of life. Yeah, well, I ended up married to journalism anyway. Eat your soup. Don't stop. You know, my husband wanted to hire you away from the Post. Yeah, when you skewered that old hypocrite, Senator Clemenson, when he was caught cavorting with a young lady in the reflecting pool.
Good Lord.
Good is not a word I would use to describe Victor. No.
You're Victor Lord's widow.
You can call me Dorian.
So, did you kill him or not?
Again, 360. Clear?
I understand he was fine. He couldn't talk and he collapsed. Why aren't you taking him to the hospital?
They have to try and get his heart started again.
His heart?
Sorry.
No, he's not going to die. He's not going to die. Why are you stopping?
I'm Dr. Johnson on 911 rotation. Are any of you next of kin?
I'm his daughter. Why?
I'm sorry. We weren't able to resuscitate him.
What does that mean?
He's dead, Maggie.
How can they be so sure that he's dead? I mean, he was fine. Can it happen that fast? No, wait. His face is still warm.
Yes, ma'am.
His heart just stopped, no warning, nothing.
Well, sometimes it happens like that. If it was quick, he didn't feel much pain.
He knew what was happening. He was trying to say something.
He tried to tell you that he loved you.
There's no chance.
You can have your funeral director contact the medical examiner.
May the Lord bless you and keep you, Daddy. May he make his light shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And finally give you peace.
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter.
Hello, Chris. So, Jessie tells me you two have quite an evening planned for yourselves.
Right. So, we're ready? Let's go.
Wow.
My sentiments precisely.
Brought all those tax forms that we discussed at the office.
Oh, come in, come in.
Thank you. Well, it looks like you two are about ready to take off for a night on the town.
Yes, sir.
Well, have fun, sweetheart.
Thanks, Dad.
What happened to the dress? They run out of material?
Clint, if you bothered to read the style section of your own newspaper, I think you'd realize that she's just keeping up with the fashion.
Thanks, Mom. Ready? We're gonna go. We're gonna miss the movie. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good night, good night.
I will wait up, by the way.
Don't worry, Mrs. Carpenter. I'll take good care of it. Good night.
I think something just went right by me there.
No, it didn't.
That doesn't sound very reassuring, Vicky.
Clint, we have to trust in our daughter's very good sense, with which she has plenty. Or at least she did until Dorian started advising her. And as we know, Dorian has a very strangely warped sense of values about life in general, and sex in particular.
I think I need to sit down.
I was completely exonerated in Victor's death. Completely.
Yeah, I followed the trial.
You and half the country. Why is it that people are so fascinated with murder trials?
Why do people read whodunits?
Well, believe me, the real thing is no fun and games. Endless, hideous details of your life, dragged out on a day-to-day basis for everybody to dish about. Unflattering pictures, splashed on the front page. And of course, the sickening hyperbole of courtroom journalists. Jackals. Please, tell me you've never covered a murder trial.
You were convicted.
Believe it or not, no one, and I mean no one, believed me. I actually ended up spending time on death row with real murderers. You can't imagine it. No, you really can't. Well, it just goes to show you how unreliable our criminal justice system is. Yes, indeed. If new evidence hadn't been brought to light, I would still be there. Tell you something like that changes you. Certainly changes your perspective. Kind of like being on the barroom floor.
This is interesting, but you didn't answer my question. Did you kill Victor Lord?
Eat your eggs.
All right. Did you ever want to kill Victor Lord?
Huh. Oh, boy. Is this an example of your infamous interview technique? Because I refuse to be eviscerated.
I bet you've got gorgeous guts.
What a sweet compliment. Mr. Hayes, if you're looking for a story, find yourself someone else to slice up. All right, I can just picture you slavering over tender little pieces of heart.
Mmm. Yum. You know, if I'd taken up Victor Lord's offer to work for him, I would have met you a long time ago.
I mean, he actually made you a real offer?
No, an obscenely lucrative one, checkbook in hand, in person.
But you didn't take it. Why?
I didn't like him.
Well, it's short, to the point.
So it must have been hell on wheels living with that man.
You're doing it again, Mel.
She's quick on the uptake.
Oh, that's the way to survive.
You betcha. Well, here's to, Victor Lord. No great loss.
Oh, but it was a very great loss, in one respect. You see, the Banner is no longer the great newspaper it once was.
Well, going by these figures, the Banner hasn't been as profitable this quarter.
Vicki, there's an ebb and flow to these things, as you know. We're doing okay.
All right.
Now, tell me, what did Dorian say to Jessica?
Essentially, that virginity is a hurdle to be cleared. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, God.
Take a deep breath and let it out slowly.
Jessica knows better.
Yes. And no. Clint, she is feeling the weight of youth and innocence particularly keenly at this moment.
Well, the dress.
Let's call it a statement.
Of what? Oh, I'll rip the Vega boy's lungs out, Vicki.
That's a mature reaction.
Well, I can't help it. I know what's on his mind.
It's been on his mind for quite some time, on Jessica's too.
Well, we should have sent her to Europe last summer like I wanted, after I caught them together at Carlotta's.
Well, what would that have accomplished, really? I still say that Jessie is not going to do anything that she's not ready for.
Yeah. What if she thinks she's ready?
Then you and I are going to have to make certain mental adjustments. After all, she's almost a college student.
Well, maybe she should be taking correspondence courses. You know, I'm thinking about locking her in her room until she's about 30.
That would be gothic.
Why don't you seem to be having a problem with this?
Are you kidding? Me? How can my baby be ready for sex? I'm not ready for her to be
Well,
ready.
exactly. I mean, that settles it. She just can't do this. I'm not dead yet.
He was right here, and then he was gone. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye or anything.
I'm sorry, Maggie. It's hard to imagine. I mean, it's hitting me hard. I can only imagine how you feel.
I'm prepared. I'm not prepared for this.
No matter, even if you anticipate it, it's just very tough to lose a parent.
But at least you and your dad were able to make peace at the end. Daddy was trying to say something really important. You know, maybe finally we were going to start to have something real together. I know that's not going to happen.
You got to hold on to your faith, Maggie.
I'm trying, Andrew.
Even if it means you're sad or angry or whatever you feel.
I think it's really important that your dad tried to reach out to you at the end.
Andrew, maybe we should let Maggie rest a little. You and I can go over what needs to be done.
Sure.
Listen,
Right now I know you feel very alone, but you are not alone.
I just feel really empty. Why did I wait so long? You know, I finally forced him to tell me the truth, and he couldn't do it. Is that what killed him? Is that what did it?
Don't even go down that road.
Why,
Maggie.
Andrew? Why? Because it's true? I mean, what was it that was so terrible that he would rather die than to have to say it?
Listen, Maggie, because your father was a bishop, there's a whole rigmarole we're going to have to go through. A fair number of the episcopacy are going to want to attend the cathedral in Baltimore, but I'm going to try to keep the graveside service very simple, just our family and friends.
Yeah, Daddy loved that pomp and circumstance. You know, sometimes I think he loved that more than his police.
He was a complicated man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I never felt as if I knew him very well, but he was always kind to me.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. Yeah, the last words he said to me were that he loved me, but I swear to you it sounded more like an accusation or something.
I had the sense that he was angry at himself, not at you.
Really?
It was as though he were trying to make some kind of confession of some sin.
You know, you were always trying to get him to be honest with you. What did you want him to be honest about?
I don't really know. I've been having these really weird dreams. The last one was in the hospital after the bike spill. I guess the medication made my unconscious available or something. I keep having these hallucinations about a terrace garden. And when I described it to Ian, he told me that it's a very real place.
It is very real indeed. I've been there. It's the garden of my mother's family home in New Orleans.
That's spooky.
Well, there's a logical explanation, of course.
We were hoping that Maggie's father would be able to give us the answer.
I called Daddy. I asked him if I'd ever been to New Orleans before. He just got very upset and blamed Ian for stirring things up.
Why?
Daddy was with Ian's mother when she died on St. Martin.
What?
Wait a minute. Weren't you and Max in St. Martin then, too?
Yeah. Daddy didn't want anyone to know that he was involved with Eleanor Armitage. Although even now we're not really sure how he was involved. He asked me to lie for him, supposedly to protect her reputation. And there's more. He took a locket that she was wearing that belonged to Ian. That's what we were looking for when you found us in the study.
Well, hard to believe.
Andrew, I'm sorry. I know how much you admire Daddy. It's a heck of a time to disillusion you.
When he finally returned the locket, it was empty.
Well, what should have been inside it?
I don't know. My mother always led me to believe that there was a talisman that would protect us, me, against my father.
Look, I'm having kind of a hard time seeing Uncle John as a philanderer or as a thief. The man had his faults, yes, but he was a moral man. This was a good man.
With feet of clay.
We're all capable of mistakes. I'm sure that if he's made them, he was tormented.
I'm sure he was tormented, too. When he was trying to tell us whatever it is he had to say, I could see it was torturing him. He built up this wall, and I was trying to tear it down, and I know that killed him. I know that's what killed him.
And his secret died with him.
You know, I wish that I could set him free before he's buried. You know, set us all free. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If he'd only been able to tell us the truth before it was too late.
Maybe he did.
So just how many years do you think we got left before they put us 6 feet under?
What a terrible thing to dwell on. I don't know about you, but I fully intend to live to be a feisty and very old lady.
Well, you do realize that we are now part of the older generation.
Speak for yourself. Besides, where does that leave Asa?
Well, that's true, but then he never ages.
Hey, none of us do.
No.
You know something? As long as I don't look in a mirror, I guess I feel about 28 or so.
Well, I'm not sure I got even that far. 22, maybe. You know, that makes Kevin older than I am. And speaking of Kevin, I tried to call him this morning. I got Drew. He said that Kevin didn't come home last night.
Oh.
Now, who is he courting these days?
Only a Buchanan would use the word courting, I swear.
And what's wrong with that?
Oh, not a thing, not a thing. It's part of your charm.
So you still think I got some charm left?
What do you mean left? You're only 22 in your mind, remember? I'll prove it to you. Did you happen to notice that young New York attorney who was assisting Nora during Antonio Vega's trial?
Oh, the Veronica Lake type in the black cutout dress at the fashion show?
Proves my point. But if you're only 22, you don't know who Veronica Lake is.
Slip of the tongue.
Anyway, her name is Tea Delgado. And she is the young lady who has been keeping Kevin's mind off of Cassie, which is all to the good, considering.
Well, maybe that's what we need. A distraction. I mean, we're sitting here worried about our kids' sex lives and instead of our own.
Well, there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Well, that's exactly my point. It's not a darn thing. We could fix that.
Clint, you know what? I think it's probably time for you to go home.
Or upstairs?
No, I think home. You know, we've got a kind of good thing going. Let's not complicate matters.
Complications can keep people young.
Not necessarily.
Are you blushing?
No. No, I'm hyperventilating.
Well, that sounds kind of promising.
Clint! Scout, come on.
You are blushing. You know, that's very becoming.
Good night, Clint.
I'll pry the truth out of you eventually.
Why aren't we being a bit presumptuous? Assuming that there's going to be an eventually?
It's too late to be coy, lady.
I have never been coy in my life. Why do you still wear a wedding band? I read in the papers that your wife died in that plane crash nearly 18 months ago.
It's habit, I guess. I liked being married to her.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, that's, Senator Tremont. Didn't he help kill the latest health care bill? Oh, maybe at the 11th hour?
Want him to say, do you want to have some fun?
You mean I can watch while you carve out his heart?
What heart?
Senator, come here, I want you to meet somebody. Well, any friend of Mel Hayes is a friend of mine.
Senator, I'm Dorian Lord.
A real pleasure.
Yeah, Dorian isn't one of our D.C. broads now, so mind your manners.
I've been trying to get in touch with you, but your staff keeps giving me the runaround. Must be some mistake.
Uh-huh.
Oh, will you excuse me?
I was telling her how you swapped your vote for the health care bill in favor of a big fat contribution from that insurance pack.
That's a damn lie.
Well, you better tell the president's wife that because she claims her sources are unimpeachable. Unlike yourself, sir. Oh, you're on the take, Senator. You're a liar and a thief, and that's a god-awful tie.
A United States Senator is nothing sacred.
Please, don't tell me you're a conservative Republican.
What if I were?
This would be a first.
That you've broken bread with one?
That I lusted after one?
Your record's safe.
It figures. I know a child of the 60s when I see one.
Hey, you could be more gallant and assume that I was younger.
I don't like Beaujolais Nouveau either.
But you do like deliberately making enemies in high places.
Huh. Can be useful, not to mention fun.
Putting your head in the lion's mouth.
I guess the juice is going, doesn't it? Now, if I ordered another drink now, would you do another temperance number on me?
It's your liver. But I do like you better sober.
Ooh, boy, that's manipulative. You are a past master.
You notice?
I'll bet all kinds of men let you get away with it, too, don't they?
You want a drink? Order one.
All right, so, now, if I decide to show my stubborn, independent streak, I'll have to abstain.
Surely not from everything.
It's possible that Uncle John was aware he had a heart problem.
Did he say anything?
No, but the last time he stayed with us, he acted as if he wanted to unburden himself, and he never did. But he gave me a sealed envelope, and I was to give it to you in the event of his death.
Why didn't you say right off?
You said Maggie, not you.
Andrew, did you bring it?
No, and I hesitate to even mention it because I can't get to it until I go to the bank in the morning and get to the safe deposit box, and I don't want you to feel like this is going to answer any of your questions.
Yeah, but it might. I mean, why am I suddenly scared?
It does seem momentous.
Let's not go overboard here, okay? This might just be a goodbye letter, things he couldn't say in person.
I'll go first thing in the morning. I'll bring it directly here, Maggie.
Okay, that's good. Is that good for you? Ann, can you be here in the morning?
Absolutely.
Is there anything else we need to attend to right now?
No, I'll arrange the order of service for the graveside, and I'll check with you, Maggie.
And I'll be happy to notify people.
Yeah, that'd be great. My mind is just mush. I'd probably forget something important.
Okay, Annie, you get some rest.
I will, thank you.
Peace with God.
I know, thanks. Okay, see ya. Man, you don't need this. You're still recovering from your own mother's death. I'm really sorry about this.
What are you apologizing for? You're the one that deserves sympathy here.
Max is right. Is there anything that I can do?
Well, you could leave now.
Max.
No, that's a good idea. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Can I get you anything?
I'm an orphan, Max. I always thought that was such a strange word. I'm alone. This day feels like 100 years long.
It's going to take a while to sort it all out.
Exactly how I feel. Like my life is this jigsaw puzzle that got spilled all over the floor and needs sorting out. Only now I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to find the pieces anymore.
Is that important?
I think so.
Maybe it's not, The sins of the father don't have to be visited upon the children.
It's the way it's always been in my family, Max. Daddy pushed himself to please his father. We turned everything into a competition. It's just the carpenter way. In turn, Daddy pushed Mark to overcome his deafness by being brilliant at everything. He used to call him a screw-up. It's no wonder he went out into the garage when he was 14 and shot himself. But he didn't forget to leave a note for Daddy telling him that he didn't screw that up. And I I know my mother died of liver cancer from drinking too much, but what made her drink? And me? I have spent my entire life trying to be self-destructive. You know, going from one extreme to the other, from wild party girl Maggie to Catholic nun. My entire life, I've set myself up for failure. So whose opinion do you think I was trying to justify? Don't tell me that the sins of the father are passed along, Max, okay? Because the bishop's dead, and it'll end with me. All right? It'll end with me.
Get away, the raccoon!
God, what was that?
Just some old cans. We collect them for recycling. Sometimes I just forgot to take them out.
Yeah, well, it almost gave me a heart attack. I thought it was the alarm.
Oh, thank you. That reminds me. I gotta turn that off. Down here.
Well, I kind of like the moonlight.
Here we are again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Remember last year?
How could I forget? You know, it seemed like a pretty good idea to just break through the window when I couldn't find the key. What did I know about the alarm?
I'll never forget my parents' faces when they had to come from jail and pick us up. That was a nightmare.
Yeah. You know, I figured I'd never be allowed to see you again. I mean, at least not like this anyway.
We better shut the door and turn on the heat, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Weighing your options?
A manner of speaking.
Well, you can either order another drink or not. And if you decide not to order another drink, you can either get up and leave or not. And if you leave, you can either go home
Or not. Home hasn't felt much like home these days.
Well, there's your answer.
What's yours?
Did I hear a question?
Loud and clear. That was easy.
You think so? Just wait. You want hard? You'll get hard.